A bunch of people here tonight, which makes my heart feel good. We are so happy that you are here, and we are going to not take much time. We're going to go ahead and start this thing. So the board chair declares a quorum is present for the April 8th, 2025 Richmond County Board of Education meeting. Will the board please come to order? Will everybody please stand? We'll have a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Everybody please stand and face the flag. Repeat it back. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Board members, you have in front of you the minutes of open session meetings from March 11th and our work session on March 25th. Do you need a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Make a motion by Mr. Etheridge by Mr. Etheridge. Need a second?
I'll second.
By Ms. Ormsby. Or any discussion? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All opposed by saying no? Minutes are passed. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any changes to the agenda?
No.
So we are rolling along. Our first order of business is Miss Cameron Whitley. Good evening, Cameron.
Always exciting to introduce our Inspiring Excellence winners for the month, and we will start with Miss Wendy Taylor from Rockingham Middle.
Ronald and Jerry, we all do those too. And we all do LJ Middle.
All right. Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, and members of the board, it is my pleasure to present the Inspiring Excellence Award to Ms. Atoria Smith, aka Kiki. So Ms. Kiki, could you come on up? Ms. Kiki is the first person everyone sees as they arrive at Rockingham Middle School. From the moment the doors open, she greets each visitor with a warm smile and a genuine hello. Her unwavering positivity sets the tone for everyone who walks through our doors, making them feel immediately welcomed and valued. Beyond her friendly demeanor, Miss Kiki is a true team player. She is always willing to do whatever it takes to make our school run efficiently, whether it's assisting with administrative tasks, supporting teachers, or helping students find their way. She wears many hats without ever complaining. Her selflessness and commitment to our mission are an inspiration to us all. Thank you, Ms. Kiki, for your unwavering dedication, your infectious spirit, and for making our school a better place every single day. Right. It is my great pleasure to present the Inspiring Excellence Award to Ms. Charlotte Jacobs. Ms. Jacobs is a remarkable teacher who works tirelessly to develop meaningful relationships with her students. She understands that education is not just about imparting knowledge, but also about fostering connections that empower students to thrive. Her ability to build rapport with her students creates a foundation of trust and respect, enabling them to feel safe and supported in the learning journey. In her classroom, collaboration is key. Ms. Jacobs provides countless opportunities for her students to work together, engage in thought-provoking activities, and think outside the box. Her innovative approach encourages creativity and critical thinking, helping her students not only grasp the curriculum, but also develop essential skills for their future. We are incredibly fortunate to have Ms. Jacobs as a leader in our building. Her passion for teaching and her dedication to our students set a shining example for us all. Today, as we honor her with this award, let us also celebrate the profound impact she has made in the lives of our students and our school community. Thank you, Ms. Jacobs, for your hard work, your passion, and your inspiring leadership.
Right. And next up, we have L.J. Bell Elementary School and Miss Meredith Norwood.
Good evening, Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, and members of the board. I am honored to stand before you tonight to recognize two of our finest bumblebees, and I will first start with our lead custodian, Mr. Ernest Patterson. I had to tell him to come. I needed him to come with me to hear some maintenance questions, so that's how I got him here. So Mr. Patterson, or Ernest to us all, joined L.J. Bell at the beginning of this school year. It did not take long for others to notice his strong work ethic. His hard work, dedication, and team spirit make him a true asset to L.J. Bell. Thanks to Mr. Ernest, our school stays clean and orderly, and let's be honest, the floors have never looked better. He always goes above and beyond, handling every task with a smile, even putting up with our constant radio calls. Honestly, with all the mystery spills, glitter explosions, and the occasional unidentified sticky substances in the hallways, we don't know how you do it. Yet, no matter what chaos the school day throws your way, you tackle it like a pro. You truly inspire excellence throughout our school building and our family. We appreciate everything you do, and today we just want to say a big thank you.
Oh, I gotta get it? Yes, okay. But I can take one with your phone if you want me to. Okay, I've got two phones. 1, 2, 3. I think it counts down. All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
You know I do. You know I have to have it for our page 6. Thank you.
Next, I would like to recognize Ms. Casey Matheson. Ms. Matheson has been the music teacher at L.J. Bell for many years. Ms. Matheson is the ultimate music teacher who makes every day a blast. She's the superstar behind our school chorus, always pushing students to reach their best notes and have a ton of fun doing it. Not only did she kick off our very first Black History Month program, but she also helped the third graders rock out for Hispanic Heritage Month with awesome music celebrations for Title I night. Ms. Matheson doesn't stop there. She's a leader in the district, helping other music teachers get the hang of the new music standards. And when she's not teaching others, she's offering encore to our pre-K class, setting up exciting monthly stations, and lending a hand with instructional support for 3rd through 5th grade students. With her energy, creativity, and love for music, Ms. Matheson makes every class feel like a musical adventure. Thank you for inspiring excellence throughout the school and our community.
Yes.
Over here.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk about backpacks now. aren't
We are, so I'm excited to introduce somebody that I think a lot of you already know and does a tremendous amount for our district, and that is the Executive Director of Backpack Pals, Pastor Steve Cruz.
Mr. Chairman and Board, thank you for the invitation. We're glad to be here. I believe most of you know about the Backpack Pal program, but for anybody that doesn't know, it's a program to try to alleviate hunger in school children. For children that are dependent upon the school cafeteria, and sometimes when they go home on the weekends, they may have little or nothing to eat. These students are recognized by the school, and each school sends us a number, and we provide that number of bags to that school. We don't get no list of names. I don't know any individuals. We just know a number. And then each school has a place set up to where they know to go to pick up their bag on Fridays when they leave for the weekend. And we like to say that we do appreciate each one of our schools. They've been wonderful. And Dr. Wendy Jordan has been my contact person, and it's been a wonderful operation, and we certainly appreciate all the support that we get from the schools. Right now, we are packing 445 bags each week. That's going out every Thursday. Another thing that we appreciate about the Backpack Pal program is totally volunteer. We have no paid staff. I'm a volunteer. I'm the founder of the program and also the executive director of the program, and we have no paid staff. All the bags are packed by different groups, volunteers, and a bunch of military retired people. They deliver the bags to the schools. So every bit of the money that comes into our program goes right back into the program to either buy food, put gas in the truck and maintenance, and a little bit of utilities that we have. This year, so far this school year, we've already been able to invest and spend $59,438.84 on food alone. So we're at a situation. One of the things that has hurt us a little bit is the food prices just kept going up and kept going up and kept going up. And so it has ate through a lot of our funds in the past few years as it kept going up and going up. And at the same time we saw numbers going up, the need began to get greater also. And so we are standing in need of funds. If anyone would like to help us, we'd be more than glad. There's a lot of different ways you can get involved. We have lists that we can provide to you. Some groups do food drives. Some people, they like to donate monetarily. So whichever way that they would like to do it, that would be fine. But it's hard to believe we're almost already done started our 20th year of this program. And so, but we're thankful that we're able to do it and that we want to continue to do it. We're in all schools, the program available to every school in Richmond County now. And so that was our goal when we first started this. Some of you remember back when we first started, and we had a goal that we would like one day be able to get it to all the schools. Well, it's available to every school in the county now. So we're certainly glad about that. Anyone have any questions or anything I might can answer?
I wanted to, is there anybody that will listen to you and give you discounts?
Yeah, we buy all our food now from wholesalers, and we have, because we pack so much, we have to actually buy it in pallet loads, and we'll negotiate it with a grocery wholesaler outside of Charlotte, and we're getting some of the same prices that they get that they give to grocery stores. We also, being you brought that up, we're also negotiating with the new BJs up in Southern Pines. We've been up and met with them, and we're working with them. It seemed like it may be a good fit for us.
Good. It's an excellent program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll just say, I just thank you and your organization for, the collaborative partnership with our school system. You said something that was very, very important. A lot of our kids, sometimes this may be the only meal that they do receive. So, I think, the work that you guys are doing is awesome. And that's, a hungry child can't learn. And so I really appreciate you guys for all that you do.
I have some information that I'd like to share with the board.
Yes, sir.
This is some. But that's the company, and it just some of the food that company we're buying food from, and each school year we order approximately 4 to 5 times during the school year, pallet loads of food, and those food orders is where we come up with the $59,000 that we have spent this year so far.
This is fantastic.
Well,
Thank you so much for what you do. 445 meals a day, $59,000 in costs, 20 years. We are blessed to have you in Richmond County.
Well, we thank you. We appreciate the board and appreciate all y'all do for us.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Cameron,
you.
Can we get a picture? You guys want to go down there?
And I had her take that out. That's some of like a typical pack a lot of times what they'll be getting when they go home at the weekend.
I thought he said just you two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think they're doing a Crime Stoppers poster winner, so that's good. Miss Whitley, you good? Crime Stoppers poster contest, Mr. Ingram.
Greetings, Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, members of the board. Today, I'm honored to introduce the remarkable efforts of the Richmond County Crime Stoppers, an organization dedicated to promoting safety and reducing crime in our community. Many of us fondly remember McGruff the Crime Dog and his iconic message to take a bite out of crime. While our students may not recall these commercials, the mission of the Crime Stoppers remains as vital as ever. So I have Chuck Cobb with me. He is chairman of Crime Stoppers, Richmond County Crime Stoppers, and I'm sorry. Renee Grisbowski, one of our board members, and I'm proud to serve on that board as well. And this board has been instrumental in fostering community engagement and awareness. One of our recent initiatives, the poster contest, has brought together the creative talents of our students and to help spread the message of crime prevention. The contest was coordinated by Karen Good, our district art mentor, in collaboration with district art teachers across Richmond County, as well as the board. The artwork created by our students will be used for marketing and promoting the important message of Richmond County Crime Stoppers. So we're proud to announce the winners at this time. So we have our first place winner, Victoria Bedow. Is she here? All right. Our second place winner, Ty Sweet. Is she here? And our third place winner, Cadence Barber. And let me say this, Victoria Bedow is a 12th grader at Richmond Senior High School. Ty Swee is an 11th grader at Richmond Senior High School, and Cadence Barber is an 8th grader at Hamlet Middle School. And so they get a monetary prize. You would like to say something?
Well, I was just going to say that we have the monetary cash award, or the cash awards. We also have some promotional merchandise to give you. It's a very tough contest. We had so many posters. We met here, and we had posters spread out on the conference table, on the floor, and many posters got #1 votes. And so you all had awesome artwork. And we were just able to, we just counted the #1s and the #2s and the #3s. I can tell you it's very close, and congratulations to all 3 of you on a fantastic job.
I'd like to take a picture.
We got lots of merchandise.
You guys, yeah.
We love to hand that out.
Perfect. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Congratulations.
Chuck, thank you very much for your pens and your pads too.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Mr. Johnson, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. All right, we got a lot of them tonight, so that's a good thing,
That's a
I
good
guess.
thing.
A lot in the middle school, so hopefully the future looks good. I'm gonna start with wrestling. I'm doing a little different than it's listed on the list Miss Whitley gave me. Axel Nunez from Hamlet Middle placed first in his weight class. Axel, if you're here, come on up. Edgar Soto from Hamlet Middle placed third in his weight class. And Caleb Hairston, from Rockingham Middle placed first in his weight class. Caleb, if you're here, come on up. And they were coached by Joe Nicholson. All right, I guess photo opportunity's yours.
He's the most important one.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Congratulations.
Hey, Axel, you ran cross country? Don't go too far. All right. Also, Hamlet Middle, and I don't know if any others are here, the cross country team coached by Blake Kelly won, I think it was the first conference championship in school history. So anybody else is here besides Axel? Come forward. I mean, y'all want to do it again, or we good?
All right.
All right, also from Hamlet Middle, girls basketball, undefeated season, conference champions, coached by Dorothy Hall. So, anybody's here representing Hamlet Middle basketball? They're all out there. Come on. Were any games close? Did y'all have any? Were any of them close? No, I didn't think so. I saw y'all a few times. Y'all are good.
All right.
So they were the conference champions.
Yes, sir. Conference champions, undefeated.
Undefeated.
We get you guys to scoot tight, and if some of you in the front will kind of squat a little. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We get another one. 1. Perfect. Thank you guys. Congratulations.
All right, rounding out the middle schools, boys basketball conference champions for the 4th consecutive year, Rockingham Middle. Coaches, oh, sorry, didn't recognize y'all. Shook your hand, but Dion Green and Julius Bowden, coaches.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Good job. Congratulations.
All right, staying with basketball. Moving on to the high school, Richmond's varsity girls basketball team. Regular season conference champions. We'll go ahead and say they would have been the tournament champions had we finished playing it. And 4th round appearance in the playoffs. So Coach Reeder, any girls here? Stay here. All right, that was fast. So we'll stay on basketball and wrap that up. Varsity boys basketball coached by Donald Pettigrew. Conference champions 3rd round. How many years in a row is this? 4? 4 consecutive years. So come on in.
Dr. Farrell, you can't be on the back row of that one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Thank you guys. Congratulations.
All right, moving on to track, and I'll just recognize the 3 of them at once. Amaria Gibson, 55 meters champion girls indoor track. Kamora Watkins, long jump champion indoor track. Bob Pegues, third place. You said long, correct? Long jump. You said long jump. Indoor track. My memories get bad. Coached by Aaron Coleman. Hurdles, 55 meters. First place. Coached by John Rich and Reggie Miller. Conference at Kamara's conference MVP. You need to come see me too. I got a plaque in my office for you, by the way.
Congratulations, y'all. Where do they run track at? Is it high school?
Yeah, most of the winter meets are at. No one's doing. You got one more. You ran track also.
All right.
Every day.
1, 2, 3. You do one more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Congratulations. Thanks, y'all.
All right, last one for the evening. I think he's been as many school board meetings as I have this year. So, Kamari Morgan finished third place in the state in wrestling, probably injury away from a state championship. Conference champion. There's probably a lot more accolades we could throw out there, but I've done it a couple times with him already. So we'll go ahead and take his picture and roll on. Congratulations.
And go in Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville State.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1. Perfect.
I tried to convince him to do the middle school portion of speaking. He said he just did something for a public speaking class, but I couldn't sell him on it. I'm done, unless y'all want me to talk some more.
Sing us a song for you.
Ooh, that's mad.
Mr. King, we got some construction updates, don't we? They cleared out of here quick, didn't it?
You want this first? You want that one first? Okay.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, and members of the board. Just wanted to give you a brief update on our construction projects, starting with Fairview Heights. As you know, we've been in that building for a while now. Still just a couple of outstanding punch list items that we're working on, so those should be finished soon. The same with Mineral Springs, just a few punch list items left for the Phase 2 project, which was the main building. Phase 3, the service road, was paved last week before last, so they're done with that. They just got to come back and do some fine grading and some seeding and straw and remove all the fence, just kind of clean up outside. So those two projects are all but complete. Moving to the high school, still just continuing to work on the heating and air, plumbing, sprinklers, roof trim, doing trim work on all that. Ceramic tiles complete, epoxy flooring is complete, which is in the laundry room and the bathrooms. The painting, the ceiling in the gym's been painted, is complete. The walls have at least one coat of paint on them. Ceiling grids in. Weight room flooring is scheduled to go in, I think it's April 15th, and then followed by the weight room equipment, I think over spring break. I wanted to share with you right quick just a few photos. So that's the gym. As you can see, the walls got the first coat of paint, the ceilings, all the duct work, everything in the ceiling's been painted. This is standing on the balcony on the second floor looking down into the gym. This is down on the gym floor looking back up where I was just showing you that photo. Those three openings there will be in that long corridor or on the second floor that you can overlook into the gym. This is just down one of the hallways. You can see all the ceiling grids going in, or it hasn't been installed. The door frames have a coat of paint. The walls have one coat of paint. This is one of the typical classrooms. As you can see, some windows in the back there. Ceiling grid, all the utilities above are in place. This is actually the laundry room. There'll be connections for 3 washers and 3 dryers. We do have those purchased, actually 2 sets purchased, and just waiting on the space to be finished to get those installed. This is one of the locker rooms. The lockers have already been installed. They just got them covered up here. Epoxy flooring is in. You can see around the edge, the little wall base there. So multi-flex color epoxy flooring. This is one of the bathrooms. You can see the wall tiles in. They're starting to install plumbing fixtures. This is one of the locker rooms, some of the showers there, getting everything trimmed out. This is one of the gang bathrooms on the bottom floor. The one on the right's the girls, one on the left is the boys. The one on the very right is actually a staff toilet. And you can see in the fourth picture that, well, in the entrance of the two bathrooms, you can see the epoxy floor color, and then right outside of that will be, that's where they did the mock-up for grinding the concrete. That's what the rest of the floors will be. Just another picture of one on the inside of the bathrooms. This is second floor. It's a balcony. It's going to be an overlook looking down into the lobby on the first floor. On that wall there behind that railing will be the Raider Diamond. There's two classrooms that are behind that wall there. Picture of concession stands. That's just a picture of the railing that hadn't been installed yet on the previous picture there. This railing here goes right there where that temporary railing's at. And that's a little niche there for like a jersey display or art display, whatever we put in there. And this is standing in the lobby on the first floor looking into the three double door entrances to the new gym. And that's it. Any questions on the high school or any other construction projects?
When did you say that flooring will be put in? Is that floor in there now? Like that, is that?
Well, the gym will obviously have the wood sports floor.
How long will that take to put in? Do you have any idea?
About a week. They'll have to have it delivered and put it in the building. They're actually starting up the units, the air conditioned units, probably first of next week. So once they get to the point that the flooring will have to be delivered and it'll have to sit in the building for a week at least, depending on temperature, to acclimate before they install it. So that'll be obviously before their bleachers are installed, but that should happen probably by the end of the month, 1st of May. Any questions?
I'll ask the age-old question. Are we still on track with the completion date, or?
Yeah, I mean, the last schedule update I got from them, substantial completion was June 27th. So, you know, there's still a lot of work to be done, but you know, we're meeting continuously and on the site and virtually and phone calls and just trying to make sure, you know, we're doing our part to push it forward. So to answer your question at this time, that's what I have. So. I did want to give you a couple other quick updates. Are there any other questions on the construction projects? A couple other quick updates. The running track repair and replacement, we had a pre-bid meeting at the site today with the engineer, and we had 3 contractors show up. So that project will be going out to bid soon. It'll start right after graduation and be complete before the first football game in August. The baseball field renovation, we have a meeting next week to finalize things before that project goes out to bid. And that'll be done sometime over the summer. The repainting of the existing gym floor at the high school will happen over spring break. It's been a number of years, probably 10 years since it's been, the lines have been repainted, so they'll come in with a sander and sand the wood down and take the paint off, repaint it, and then reseal it. So that'll look fresh. The handrails at the stadium at the high school will be installed before graduation. I got a call this afternoon that they have started installing them. It'll take them just a couple of weeks, but they did promise that they would be installed before graduation. And then finally, the Rockingham Middle School roof replacement was scheduled to start yesterday, but obviously due to weather, it did not. They did start today on those projects. So a lot going on in the world of construction. Any questions on those projects?
How long would that take at Rockingham, you think?
Well, we told them that it had to be complete and billed this physical year. So I think it was June 20th that I told them, look, you got to be done and have that billed so we can get all that done in this physical year. And again, depending on weather, it's a pretty straightforward repair. There's not a lot of roof pitches. I mean, it's pretty simple roof for the most part. Access is a challenge there just because it's a tight site, but I've met with this company several times on the site, so I have a lot of faith in them. I think they'll do just fine. Any questions on that? All right. How do I exit out of that? I don't want to bring the other one up yet.
Okay. You just wanna,
Yeah,
you said
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
want it?
No, I'll click on it just a
No.
second. Thank you. All right. So moving on, let's see. So the maintenance department, we issued an RFP, or request for prices, for a video board, also known as a Jumbotron, to replace the existing scoreboard for at senior high for the football field. So we only received one bid from Daktronics, and keep in mind that Daktronics is the company that installed the sound system on that scoreboard some years ago. Daktronics' bid was in the amount of $260,274.56. So per our board policy, projects over $90,000 have to be formally bid, which we did meet that requirement. We submitted we put a RFP out. We posted it on our school website. We directly contacted at least 3 companies to offer them a chance to bid. So in that $260,000, there was about $7,500 for a live camera. Our head football coach requested that as part of the package. And in talking to the sales rep with Daktronics, they said they'll be welcome to take that out. We could look at buying that separate and save that money. They would be willing to do that for us if that's something we choose to do. Also, the bid included installation of the Jumbotron, and that was about $31,000. Again, the salesperson said, "Look, we don't have a problem if you want to take that out of the scope of work for us, and you contract directly with the installer. It doesn't have any effect on the warranty, but because the installer, as long as we use their certified installer, so there may be an opportunity for us to save some money there as well." So if this project is approved, we plan to make a public announcement of the project to allow for community involvement and provide opportunities maybe for people to donate towards this purchase. Our athletic director, James Johnson, and head football coach, Brad Denson, they've both already started some conversations in the community, and they've had a lot of positive feedback. So I'm seeking board approval to purchase a Jumbotron to replace the existing football scoreboard in an amount not to exceed the $260,274.56, with the hopes that we'll receive some donations and possibly have a fundraiser to help fund this project.
So just a couple questions off the top of my head.
Sure.
So if you find somebody else that's licensed by them to put the scoreboard up, we still have the full warranty of it. I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, well, if we contract directly with the installer that they typically use, the answer is yes. If we go somebody outside of that, they still may approve them and warranty it. We would just need to get that approved.
And you have no idea what that cost would be?
I think Dr. Carter talked to him, and it was about half.
And what's other question I had was the live camera. What's the live camera for?
It would
Take
be
shots of this
the one that they quoted is actually a hardwired camera. So it would be somebody could be on the field, videoing the game or cheerleaders or whatever activities on the field, and it would be a live feed to the Jumbotron. Now so they quoted one for about $7,500, and they said, "Look, we're not really in that business, but we asked for that in the RFP, so they were required to put that in. If we want to pull that out and have our technology folks or work with football head coach and see what the needs are and see if we can outsource that, at a more reasonable price. There are options for wireless cameras, but the sales rep told us those are in the neighborhood of $20,000. So, well, true, for his. So, there's some options for us to explore, maybe a more economical hardwired and or look at what a wireless camera would cost.
Yeah, I know it's a large price. I'm just trying to save the community and the school system as much money as I can.
Yes, sir.
And still have, Detronics is a wonderful company. They do all the stadiums. They do Panther Stadium. They do NC State, Carolina. They do it all. They're all over the country, and they probably put every scoreboard into the country and field. If we can save some money and do it that way, I'd rather do it that way. That would be my opinion. And instead of the full 260, we can get it down to 230, something like that.
Oh, I think I hit the wrong thing. I was hitting the wrong.
I think yes, that one.
Yep.
Wanna make it big.
Yep. Excuse me?
Is that price in the ballpark of what you were anticipating?
Yes, ma'am. We had gotten a budget number from them previously, but it didn't include installation or sales tax or the camera. So by the time we added all those things, it is, to answer your question. And this is what they proposed that it would, something similar that it would look like. And so we would have advertisement opportunities around the board, and it will integrate with our existing sound system. We checked into the power. We will have to upgrade our power at the site, but we've already reached out to Duke Energy with that. That's not an issue. We checked into the integration with the sound system and the press box, having to have fiber optics service there. There's already fiber optics for the sound system, so everything that we can think of so far, we've gone down that road and checked the box, so we feel comfortable about it.
As far as location of the scoreboard, would still be in this exact same location as the old scoreboard, or would it be moved to the other end of the?
It'll be in the same location. If you'll look at the picture on the screen here, the box at the top with the R in it, that houses the majority of the sound system, and the structure to the right and on the left of that, all that's existing, where it says existing truss and sound system to remain. So they basically remove everything below that's there now. There's 3 posts out there, and everything goes right back up
And I know we'll make money off the sign eventually after several years of paying it off. I personally think that Richmond Senior High School should have a little skin in the game, and if they want a camera, they should purchase a camera with their athletic fund money. That's what I'm just saying. Let them, if we're gonna, what's that?
If I may, I spoke with Ms. Gray before I started looking into this. She's pledged $20,000 to the project. And yes, there's not just a camera, we're hoping that the kids do most of this stuff. You ask the question, what are the cameras for? The live camera and the wireless camera is to do close-ups of kids, like, if somebody wants to do a homecoming, if they want to do band players, get up close to kids for graduation. But she's indicated that she's all in for that. So in order for the kids to do it, we have to buy a classroom license, and the kids will be building this stuff legally in a class. So yes, I agree with you 100%.
So what are you looking for, Steve?
We just need board approval to move forward with the purchase of it, with a price not to exceed and this is in your board docs.
I understand.
260,000, 274.56.
So we need a motion to approve the bid.
So let me ask this, so where's the cost for, you said for the live TV, the top live TV, you mentioned that, where's that on here? 'Cause I
It's
don't,
it's $7,500 for the camera.
down at the bottom, okay.
Well, the $7,500 is a line, well, it doesn't show up as a line item. If you look on the page 1 of the quote, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 10th item down, or the 3rd one from the bottom, says camera kit. high definition.
So we looked into Hoggard's. Hoggard has the exact same system, not the one that he's looking at, but they bought their own camera. And Gail recommended that we go and buy our own camera to save us money. So for the camera that Hoggard bought, along with the receiver and the transmitter for down on the field, it was like $5,200. Now, I have not gone and priced those separately from them, but Hoggard just bought one. Not from them. It was in the mid 55, somewhere along there range.
But if we approve this, we're approving the entire thing, right?
Up to.
Up to.
Yeah, price not to exceed the total, and we can back out from there.
That's right.
I mean, if that's.
That's what I would like, okay.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we accept the recommendation of the school board at up to the amount of $260,274.56, including tax and installation.
I have a motion by Mr. Tillman,
Second.
second by Mr. Baldwin. Any further discussion? All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Mr. King.
Welcome, thank you.
Miss Jordan.
Good evening, Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, members of the board. You should have before you on board docs, budget amendments, 19 through 22. Budget amendment number 19 is, an increase in state funds of $502,443. Budget amendment 20 is, interfunds transfer with local funds. Budget amendment number 21 is an increase in federal funds of $91,472.76. Budget amendment 22 is an increase in other local funds of $80,604.28. I'll be glad to take any questions if anybody has any. If not,
So you're still getting federal dollars coming in all the time, which is good. Do you fear that at all?
Do I what?
On your budget, you're good with that? It's all coming in smoothly, all that?
It
Good.
is.
Perfect.
Some of it's a little slower than others,
Yes.
but it's coming.
Yep.
So we are seeking board approval for budget amendments 19 through 22.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the 4 budget amendments as presented.
I have a motion by Mr. Baldwin. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Ormsby. Is there any conversation, any discussion? All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Ms. Jordan. And I gather you can stand right there, aren't you?
Yep, I'm gonna stand right here. We had our work session and we, talked about our proposed budgets. The capital outlay budgets, that were in the beginning of your packet, which were the sales tax projects, remain the same as last year of the $2,500,500. The regular capital outlay remained the same of $423,500. So if you'll, so back on page 20, the proposed budget, we talked about a 5% increase in teacher supplement, a 3% increase for payroll, a 3% increase for all projected fixed cost, and an implementation of the salary study for those jobs. So on page 28, where we had the cost of identified needs. That's everything we talked about, and that would be an increase from 24-25 budget of $1,337,059.94. If you want all of those are just for your consideration as to what we're going to the county for, because this is your budget to approve.
Well, if you look at the top three, the 5% local teacher supplement increase, 3% payroll increase, 3% fixed cost increase, that's all stuff that we continue to talk about, stuff that we need. I am concerned a little bit about the implementation of the third phase of the salary study, and maybe splitting that in half and doing it this year, half next year. And I know it wouldn't be half, but we would have to divide it out.
Well,
That would be my thought process. We can go ask for everything, but I had just made that suggestion last month, and I looked at it, and still go back to looking at that way.
So how would you prioritize the third phase?
You know, I probably would look at it just doing like, in no specific order of years, you know, put teacher assistants in one category, and then the other people in the custodians, monitors, childcare assistants, all remaining certified staff in the other. And I know that would help a little bit for asking all that money.
okay, on page 26,
Right. I think it divides that.
that's the one that has the breakdown of each job.
Right.
Thank you.
Does everybody understand what that would entail, that if we just did teacher assistants and then everybody else, you know, you're looking at maybe a third difference? Would you, just simple math?
So you're saying to go ahead and make the decision that if you divide it, the division is there with teacher assistants.
That's the largest lump of personnel. Yes. And this is part of the salary study that Dr. Farrell has been, you know, doing since he got here, and that we've asked him to do. Or we just ask for the whole thing and see what they say.
If we ask for the whole thing, with Ruth, that's the whole salary study. Am I
Yeah, right now
about-
yes, ma'am. Right now we have the salary study implemented in 3 phases. We've implemented the first 2. Those that you're looking at on page 26 there are the is that right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's everybody that's
everyone
left.
for phase 3, yes. So,
Everybody other than child nutrition.
right.
Yeah, everybody other than child nutrition are right here.
Well, if you don't ask for it, you definitely won't get it. So my recommendation would be to ask for every bit of it.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought, you know, it's just,
Well, I can say typically, what they have been able to do in the past is what they try to do. They try to do as best they can. Y'all all know that. They typically will do the local teacher supplement increase, but we ask for the payroll raises and the fixed cost increase. They typically will pull that out and do the teacher supplement, and they've been very good about the salary study. I mean, they've done great the last 2 times. Of course, it has not been as much, but I knew the teacher assistants were gonna be the biggest group.
And they're as deserving as anybody else, and maybe even more.
They are, and I talked to other counties, and that was their last ones that they took, because they knew it was their biggest group, and it was the costliest group.
You know, I just want us to know, and the county commissioners to know that, you know, we just don't take this lightly, and we want to work together as a team. If this is what this is, then, you know, it is what it is.
Question, have we had a chance to talk to the county or county manager about what we possibly would be, maybe proposing? Just kind of, so there's not like.
Not a dollar figure of what we're proposing. You know, they know that we've been the salary study, they actually had talked about doing one themselves. I don't know that they've done anything with it yet, but I do know that they had talked about doing one themselves.
But they were positive when they knew that we were doing a salary study. Am I right? I remember back.
Oh,
then. I
absolutely.
told them
They've been very supportive of everything we've asked.
That's why I said.
I mean, I know they'll do whatever they can. That just seems like they've been really willing to work with us.
So we need a motion to approve.
If you want to do the increase, the total request of, it would be the budget, the total budget proposed would be, $12,616,332.94.
Oh, mercy. Yeah.
And that's on page 28, is that correct?
But taking that little bit off.
And the reason, if you'll look, that's not really a $1 million or $1.3 million increase in the budget, but it's because I'm not allocating, I allocated $600,000 this past year of our fund balance. If you'll look on the last line, fund balance appropriated, I'm only doing $1 million because the $600,000 was for construction projects.
Well, I make a recommendation that we go forward, and if we have to come back and work on it, we will, but we'll think positively.
So I have a motion.
I make a motion.
A motion by Ms. Ormsby to accept the 2025-26 budget.
I second it.
A second by Mr. Tillman. Are there any other discussion topics? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much, Ms. Jordan. Mr. Ingram, I think you're back up again, aren't you?
All right. Chairman Satterfield, Dr. Farrell, members of the board. In board docs, you have a list of policies presented last month for review. This being the conclusion of the 30-day review period, I would like to present these policies for adoption. 3620, extracurricular activities and student organizations. 5150, reporting to external agencies. 7130, licensure. 9110, use and selection of architects, engineers, surveyors, and construction manager at risk.
Make a motion.
Mr. Etheridge's motion to approve the 4 policies as presented.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ballins. Is there any discussion? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Mr. Ingram. You've got policies for review.
Yes.
You can just keep going.
Okay, I will keep on going. In board docs, you have a list of policies that I would like to present for review, and I'm asking the board to waive the 30-day review for these policies. These policies are in relation to school reassignment, safety and student transportation services and bus routes, just changing the language from last year to this year in terms of what we've done in those areas. So we've kind of improved those things and try to make policy match practice, and so this is an effort to continue that.
So we need a motion to waive the 30-day because you want to approve policy 4150?
Yes.
School assignment.
Waive the 30-day and approve policies as presented.
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Baldwin, second.
A second.
By Ms. Ormsby. Is there any discussion on waiving the 30-day review for policy 4150 school assignment?
I just got a question. So,
Yep.
I know you were talking about waiving, but what's the reason for the waive? I mean, waiving it, and we can't wait until next month? Because I'll be honest with you, I hadn't looked at those policies for upcoming. Now, what are the biggest changes with those policies? Was it just some citations?
Yes, so in terms of 4150, in terms of school assignment, the changes are just like adding approval. When you approve a reassignment, they'll be notified by email and also by regular mail. There's some language that we kind of held some students harmless, the 5th graders and 8th graders, so they were able to remain at the school. And so that language will be taken out because that year is already passed at 24, 25. And then the references there. As far as 6305 of safety and student transportation, it's just taking out language, it's improving the references and just taking out language that should be in a reference. It's like C regulation code, safety and student transportation in terms of discipline and behavior and that kind of thing. And then the other one, 6305, safety and student transportation, I think there was language in there relating to school principals, establishing bus routes, but we've moved to TIMS in order to raise the efficiency of our bus routes. So that was just outdated language. And then as far as policy 6321 bus routes, it talked about just making sure that's in there about school districts will provide transportation to licensed childcare facilities within the middle school attendance boundaries where the student's school is located, and that's what we're presently doing. And then also the just references, legal references. I know we're approaching that season. I know, school assignments, they have the deadline of June 15th.
Well, I know for me, I'm a vote against this because I hadn't read it. I don't vote on something unless I see it. And not that I don't trust what you say, but that's just me. But that doesn't mean I don't approve, but I just can't vote on this at this point.
So we have to do two things here. First of all, we have to have a motion to waive, right? Then we've already done that, right? So so here's discussion, so it's time to vote, okay, to waive the 30 days for these policies. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All opposed? We have one, so the 30 days has been waived. So now that we have to vote on the actual policies. So I need a motion to approve the 4 policies.
No, they're for review.
They're not, no, we're
going with
No,
The
once you
whole-
waive
all
it,
4
yeah.
of them. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the policies as presented.
Make a motion to approve by Mr. Baldwin. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Ms. Schuler. Is there any discussion on these? All in favor by saying aye? Aye. All opposed? Got one, Mr. Tillman. Thank you, Mr. Ingram.
I'm in field trips and board docs. Thank you.
Dr. Farrell.
So you have a one surplus item. Hang on, it's at the back of my stack here. And we are requesting approval for Richmond Senior High School Athletics to sell a 1996 John Deere tractor. Proceeds from the sale will go towards the purchase of a new tractor or mower. The difference tonight is our board policy does allow a private sale. Instead of listing on Gov Deals. And so usually I am asking you for approval to list it on Gov Deals. They're gonna do a private sale for this so that they can go ahead and get things moving for the purchase of the new tractor.
Is that done by way of sealed bid or?
Not with a private sale.
Not with a private sale.
I guess what they're saying is they have an individual to sell it to.
Correct.
So how do we ensure that we're getting a fair price for it? And it's not somebody's buddy's cousin that's getting it?
Or how do people have access to bid on it?
So, Melissa Coulthard handles these kinds of things. And what she does is she goes and looks at the, kind of, not a Kelly Blue Book, but kind of the Kelly Blue Book of tractors. And says, here's a range that you, can sell the item for. And then, we don't typically do it this way. And so that's the, per policy, that's the cleanest way to do it. So that's the way we are doing. We have a range. Now, do they have to sell it for that exact range or within that range? I guess the answer technically is no to that. But we are, so for example, they have asked, the range, I think, starts at $6,400. Is that right, Dawn?
I think she found like a little over 6,000 or something.
Right.
Go from 6 to wherever. That's kind of how she finds her gov deal prices.
Yes, and the high school staff, because it was bought with high school money and not with the money that we provide to them, they are requesting to sell it for $4,000.
So the money goes back to the high school.
Goes back to the
high
school, and then they use it toward the purchase of toward a new piece of lawn equipment.
I guess, like for me, I mean, I understand the rationale behind it, I guess, but I mean, this is the first time I've ever been on the board and we've had something like this, because everything always came through Gov Deals.
Yeah.
And it to me makes it cleaner and keeps it neutral. And to your point, Scott, I mean, because how do we know if it's not somebody's buddy that's buying it? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I know for me, I'm gonna be a no on this one.
Same.
I can't do that.
So the question that I have for you, Eva, is I know who's buying it. Is that something that we should disclose here
It's not confidential.
No, it's not.
Legally. The policy says that, and this comes from state law, that you can use private negotiation and sale if it's worth less than $30,000 for an item or group of items. So one reason that you often don't use that is because you may have, like when you're disposing of vehicles, it's often a group of them, and so if you add them all together, it's more than $30,000. It does still require that you set a fair market value. So, I'm sorry, what was the question?
The question is, one of the concerns of board members, rightfully so, is to make sure that it's not being sold to someone's cousin or friend or buddy, right?
Right. It would certainly need to be someone who is not an employee or an immediate family of an employee.
Right.
And it's not even so much that. My concern is that we're actually getting fair market value for something, and sometimes the market determines the price.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot more transparency in an auction than there is a handshake deal or a private deal.
Sure. So I guess in full disclosure then, Hodges Landscaping handles our fields maintenance, and they are offering to purchase this tractor at the $4,000. They will continue to use it at our site to maintain our fields. And so, and then if it's sold to them for the $4,000, then that $4,000 goes back to high school athletics, and they turn around and buy a different piece of equipment that they need. And so I think that the discussion on their end is it's going to continue to be used at our school, and so we sell it for $4 instead of $6.
So my recollection is, who cares if it's still being used at our school? They're using it. So if they want it and we can sell for $6,000, let's get $6,000 for it. We're gonna have to buy a mower for how much? We're gonna have to buy. They're buying a brand new mower. It's probably what, $20,000.
No, they're buying a piece of equipment that is about $5,500.
Okay.
So it would actually cost them an additional $1,500 to buy it.
And if it's already been predetermined that they're gonna buy it. It doesn't even sound like anybody else has had an opportunity to buy it. Or has it? I'm not understanding the process.
No.
I understand what you're trying to do. I just don't think this board should get into that. I'm sorry, I just don't think we should. Are they gonna give us a discount on field maintenance?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
And seeing where I have a problem is, I think it puts us in a bad situation. I mean, because we've never, to my knowledge, we've never done this before. Some piece of equipment, we're gonna go through the same process. I'm all about being transparent, consistent, and fair. And I just see this being a problem. You know, I get the concept, but to me, now, even if we went to Gov Deals and got it auctioned off, whatever, the money still could go back to them. It might not be what they thought they were gonna get, but I much rather do it that way because it's cleaner and it keeps us out of, seem like we're in the middle of it.
And if he wants it, he has the opportunity to bid on it on Gov Deals.
True.
As does everyone else.
So the board could approve declaring it surplus and disposing of it, but direct it to be a different method.
Correct. That's right.
Say that again, Eva, I'm sorry.
If you prefer, I mean, the request is for the board to approve declaring it surplus. You could make a motion to do that, but directed it be through a competitive process.
I make a motion to approve the surplusing of the 1996 John Deere tractor through the avenue of Gov Deals or a competitive bidding process to derive true market value.
I have a question before, do I need to wait till we second it?
We've got a motion on the floor, so we gotta go through with that by Mr. Baldwin. Do we have a second?
I second.
Second by Mr. Tillman. Now we have discussion.
I just wanna know, in the discussion in doing it a different way, was it to the, was the decision made to be an advantage for Richmond Senior High School or Richmond County Schools? Is that a?
If I'm understanding your question correctly, I think that the high school athletic staff saw it as an opportunity to sell it to someone who's going to continue to use it at the school.
Okay.
And so by that logic, yes, is the answer to your question. I think that's how they saw it.
Okay, I don't know, I just think, why, does Hodges use that tractor now?
They do not currently use that tractor now.
We use it.
We use it.
Okay, so if we don't sell it to them and they continue doing the work out there, they'll just use something else? That's, okay, I'm
Yeah.
confused on that part of it.
It don't make a lot of sense, does it?
No.
They're not using it now, but they would start using it.
And I don't
What are you
understand
using it?
that, I don't understand that. I take, I listen and I try, cause I don't know, I mean, I know a push mower, but I don't know much about tractors and all that other stuff, but what are they using now in place of that?
I don't think I don't think our high school staff is using that tractor at all now.
And Hodges isn't either.
And Hodges is not either.
But
so
all
they,
of a sudden, if we sell it to him, he's gonna start using
So
it.
my assumption would be they must be using some other equipment.
I'm not sure, I don't know.
Yeah, and Dawn and I talked about this at length, and we knew this was messy. And so we brought the request to the board because policy does allow it. If policy didn't allow it, I wouldn't have brought it here at all, but because it was requested, I talked with Dawn about it, we both put our heads together and said, this is messy, but because it is outside of the norm that we do, but because it was requested and because they bought it. We didn't give them from the school system money to purchase it, they bought it with money from Richmond Senior High School. We said that's why we would bring it and go outside what we normally do, but it's still within policy.
It's still Richmond County Schools property.
Yes.
Any other discussion? So we have a motion by Mr. Baldwin, a second by Mr. Tillman to sell it using gov deals for fair market value. All in favor by saying aye?
I'm still gonna ask a question, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
If the money, if we sold it, like, I voted. Did you get my vote? I just still have a question. That is just confusing to me. I thought, I don't understand this whole process. But if we sell it on
Gov deals.
gov deals, who gets the money? The other way, the high school got
The money will still go back to the high school.
Okay.
They're the
All right.
seller.
Put a reserve on it. She can put a price and put a reserve that if it doesn't sell for what we want it for, then we don't sell it.
So, let me add to that
Okay,
then.
let's-
If it does not reach what we consider our reserve or fair market value, then I would be okay with offering it to Hodges at that price. But does that need to be part of this motion even?
So technically, your policy allows the superintendent to make that decision. So, I'm sorry, I've navigated away from it now, but I believe your policy on surplus items states that the superintendent can dispose of items under $30,000. But I guess given that the motion was a competitive process, you've already voted on it.
Well,
So are you saying we didn't really need to vote on that?
Well, it has been the practice to bring them to you, and that's not
Yes,
uncommon.
because I'm not gonna start selling Richmond County Schools equipment
Right.
without this board's approval.
So, yeah.
so we didn't vote, we didn't vote yet either. It's, you know,
Oh, I thought you
no,
had
we were
voted.
getting ready to vote and she
I interrupted.
interrupted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
So
I just wanna
yeah,
make sure I
think you could
understand.
Amend your motion.
You know what, let's leave it like it is and just go with gov deals.
Because if it doesn't sell within, then he can make the decision and
Sure.
say, and report
Or
back to us.
don't set a reserve, and then Hodges can bid $4,000, and if they get it, they get it.
Well, that would be that's fair, that's Ronald, that's Ronald,
That's the most
that's Ronald
transparent way to do it.
Tillmanism at the best, it's fair.
I mean, that's all I want,
Mhm.
just consistency and fairness.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Keep us out the news.
All right, so all in favor of accepting Mr. Baldwin's motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. It's approved to put it on gov deals,
Okay.
okay?
I got it.
My reason for questioning was because I know we have a hard time getting people to work on that field. It's a discussion every year. And I just thought, well, if Hodges is doing it, but I really saw no reason, so anyhow, it's voted.
They're getting
It's
paid
done.
for their work.
I know that.
They are.
And well.
I just think it keeps our superintendent and the board from it being sticky and icky.
Do it like we thought it should.
Sorry that took so long.
No, I'm sorry.
So do we have comments from board members tonight?
We did Arts Alive in March, correct?
Yep.
It was a great event. I want to say that. I wanted to also say, recognize Greg Norton. He did his last CT Advisory Council, I guess that was back in March too. And he's done a great job, and Jason and Jerry Young and Lisa Campbell, all of them have done a great job to have a lot of people in the county involved with that. That's something good. I had the other night, Bobby Sue and I went over to LJ Bell. They had a STEM night going on, an art night going on. They had a book fair going on. They had 2 food trucks going on selling desserts, of course. And then they had the choir. I think it started at 6 for, might have been an hour. And all the things, it was just so organized, and it was such a great job. And then Casey went through and they did songs from 1920, 1940, 1960, and all the way up. And all the kids they were just so into it. It was really a great time to see that.
I got there at the end, but it was what I saw was good.
We have a great art program. I'm talking about music, art, band in Richmond County, and I am always very supportive of it. The only thing I want to say is give a report from our clay shoot Friday. It was excellent. Looks like we made over $10,000, but it was a pretty day and just good participation. And I appreciate the Education Foundation, and I hope y'all saw the pictures where the grants were awarded for all the schools, and I understand they were very excited. So very, very pleased with the Education Foundation board. Community.
Anyone else?
Arts Alive was great that I got to go to, and I did get to the CTE Advisory Council meeting that Jerry was talking about. I also got to the National Technical Honor Society and National Honor Society induction, and that was a great ceremony to see that many students inducted in those two honor societies. And then this past Saturday, I'd like to give a shout out to Esther Salas. She is one of our Spanish teachers at the high school, and she's the advisor for the World Languages Club. And I won't pronounce it right, but they have their Las Quinceañeras,
I think that's right.
okay, fiesta, but celebrating 6 of our students reaching their 15th birthday. And the decorations that Miss Salas did and the money for the decorations and all, I mean, it was just unbelievable. So Esther does a great job, and I wanted to recognize her.
Well, thank you.
All our staff's doing a great job. We appreciate everybody.
Anyone else? Dr. Farrell.
I only have one, and I think this will probably explain the need. Spring break is April 18th through the 27th. Anybody happy about that? It is time. It is late this year.
You've had a long time since Christmas break, and we've had a couple of holidays.
Do we have Christmas break?
Yeah. but also, the calendar was smart because y'all had parent-teacher conference day on a Monday, and then Friday you had a work day, so that really, really kind of helped a little bit. So you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yeah.
Miss Tillman likes those days right there, doesn't she?
Yeah, she had to work, but yeah.
That's right. That's right. So the chairman will call for a motion to enter into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318, 11A1 and A6. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Make a motion by Mr. Etheridge. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Hornsby. Discussion. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are now in closed session. Any discussion? All in favor by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? It is passed. Dr. Baldwin, Mr. Baldwin?
Dr. Baldwin, that sounded good.
Dr. Baldwin?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the employment contract for Dr. Farrell as presented.
A motion by Mr. Baldwin to approve the contract as presented by Dr. Farrell. Second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Ormsby. Any discussion? All in favor by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just would like to state just publicly to everybody that Dr. Farrell's contract's been extended to June 30, 2029. So we're excited to have Dr. Farrell here as our superintendent. He has done tremendous work in this short amount of time. You know, anytime we're coming back from COVID like we have, and for him to come in with his team, it's just tremendous the work he's done. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of the board. Thank you for what you do and what you continue to do daily, and make sure you take care of yourself.
I'm taking care of myself. I appreciate you all, and I'm glad you said and my team, because it's certainly not my work alone. So I appreciate the efforts of them and all that they do. We really do have an awesome team here. So thank you all.
You're welcome. Need a motion?
So moved.
Need a motion to adjourn. Got first and second by Mr. Etheridge. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Y'all have a great night.